Hi YouTube, I'm back. So thank you so much for checking out my channel. Today's video is going to focus on Estee Lauder's Double Wear. So I'm just going to give a review about what I think about the makeup, what led me to getting it, just a little background information, and what I ultimately think of it. So if you want to know more about this foundation, keep watching. Okay, so I was lucky enough for the holiday time, Christmas, for someone to give me an Ulta gift card. So with that gift card, I decided to get the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. Now, for years I've been hearing about this makeup on YouTube. People always say it's great, it's amazing. They compare it to MAC Studio Fix Fluid, which I have and I love. So I just assumed, okay, let me try the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So I have the shade 5C1 Rich Chestnut. So unfortunately, I used to know like my MAC shade to like compare it to and everything, but I don't, so sorry. But so this is the actual bottle of the foundation, and as you can see, it has like a little gold top. It's glass, which is kind of nice until they break, but as long as they stay together, it makes it feel a little more fancy. And then this is the top, so you just have the regular whole top. I think you can purchase a pump. I'm pretty sure at Ulta, like, it was like the foundation was on this shelf, and on the lower shelf there was like pumps to buy, but no pump, so just pour with caution. And again, it was $42, and I got, how many ounces is this? A fluid ounce, so the standard foundation size, $42. So now I'll get more into what I think of the foundation. Okay, so I was extremely disappointed with this foundation. So many people, I mean, I did go back and notice that a lot of the people who swore this was like the best foundation ever have now moved on to new foundations. But being that Estee Lauder is such an established brand, and I feel like this was like a reformulation or something special, well, considering from the videos back in like 2012, 2013, that kind of really started me thinking about Double Wear foundation. I just did not like it. So first, when I applied it, it went on smoothly. Like, I did it with like a dual fiber brush and it blended on smoothly, but I did notice after about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it did not dry to like a skin consistency. So like most foundations, you put them on. So I have on my Milk foundation right now, another video that I'll have coming up soon, and at a certain point it goes from looking like makeup to looking more like your skin. This foundation for me never made that transition. It looked cakey, it looked very much made up and not in a glamorous beat way. It looked like I was dry-faced and definitely had some makeup on. And this is with using primer and moisturizing my face before the primer, and it just really did not look like skin at all, which was really disappointing, because that's my favorite part of wearing foundation, is when you apply it and people are like, oh, your skin looks great, and you're like, oh no, I have makeup on. But it did not look like skin at all, so that was a problem. Second issue was it oxidized, and it didn't uniformly oxidize. So unfortunately, I was wearing this out in the street, and then somebody was just like, makeup looks different, yada yada yada. I went to the bathroom just thinking like, well, this is a new foundation that people haven't seen me in before, so maybe that's why the comment was made. And then I noticed that the T-zone section of my face, so my forehead, nose, cheeks, and chin, oxidized to like a color that was like 2 or 3 shades deeper, and then the rest of it oxidized to a shade that was probably only like 1 shade deeper. And I was just like, this is not what I looked like when I left the house. So that was really disappointing, because now I'm like, ugh, this looks crazy. But I did try it again, and that particular day when it did oxidize so much, I had attempted to wear it for a full like 12 hours in the street, running around, going to different events, like an everyday weekend for me. And then the next time I wore it, I did wear it on a day where I wasn't doing as much, and then I did notice it oxidized less. So I'm guessing that my skin's oil and sweat probably contributed to it changing color so much. But I have other foundations where I wear them all day and they do not change color. So those were 2 things that were a really big issue for me. The fact that it didn't look like real skin, and the fact that it oxidized. So everything about this foundation isn't all bad. One thing I do like is that there's an extensive amount of shades. So from very pale shades to very deep shades, they have all different kinds of shades. And it's a really matte foundation. So if you're looking for something that is just super matte and not really gonna have any oil shine or any like light reflectiveness to it, this is really a great foundation for that. I wouldn't say it's better than Studio Fix Fluid. So in terms of matte foundations, that I would still recommend that before I recommended this. But I do understand why a lot of people have been wearing it and like it. It's very opaque. Not that I necessarily am always looking for like a lot of coverage, like that's not that important to me, but to a lot of people it is. The reason why they're wearing foundation is to even out their skin color, so, or texture, tone, something to that effect. So it's really opaque, and if you have any kind of discoloration that's mild or all the way to medium, it will definitely cover it up and you won't be able to even notice that it's there. But unfortunately, a drawback to that is that you now have a one single tonal face all over. So I mean, if you are going to invest in this, I would say maybe just buy the shade that you really like for your whole face, and then maybe get a sample of a lighter shade and try to put that like in certain spots of your face, or do it with the concealer. That way you just won't look so flat looking. So at $42, that's the average price for a high-end foundation. But now that I've tried so many good foundations that are $36 in different price points, and really for $42 I expect to look flawless, and it did not deliver that. So I would not really recommend Double Wear Stay in Place. I mean, it does have some good things about it, but not enough compared to all the other foundations that are available. So thank you so much for watching my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup review. If you do happen to love this foundation and you have some recommendations for how you wear it to make it look more lifelike and more skin-like, please leave it in the comment section below, because I do plan on keeping this foundation, because I think that there has to be a way to kind of make it more suitable to the foundations that I usually like. So please help me out. So again, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and check out my other videos.